Welcome to the Message Labs overview, covering email service configuration. This session will last approximately 8 minutes and cover, amongst other things, configuration within the virus, spam, and image control services. From the home page of ClientNet, we select the configuration option and select Email Services Configuration. The services subscribed to are listed. We shall first look at antivirus. We can choose from global settings or opt for more granular domain or group level settings. All domains that are using the particular service are displayed in the drop-down menu. You can also note that there is a virus release option on the right-hand side. The Message Labs antivirus service is automatically enabled as soon as you point your MX records to our infrastructure. Within this section, you are able to configure who, if anyone, receives virus alert emails whenever Message Labs identifies an email destined for your network that contains a virus. You can also choose if your end users should be sent an email alert, as well as the ones we send to the administrator. A maximum size of email can also be selected within this section. Anything over this size will generate a bounce back to the sender. You can also set banners that are appended to emails as they are scanned by the Message Labs service. We shall now move to the anti-spam configuration. Under the anti-spam section, you can configure your protection further from unwanted email. Selecting the tick boxes on the left-hand side activates that particular protection. In the drop-down menu, you can choose which action you would like to take with that particular technique, giving you increased flexibility. There are a number of options available for dealing with email identified as spam, including redirecting to a dedicated internal email address, appending the subject with a word to identify the email as spam, tagging the internet header, or quarantining the spam if that has been enabled. The Message Labs Best Practice Guide identifies our recommendations for your spam setup. Due to their high levels of accuracy, we recommend selecting the DUL and signaturing system to block and delete. As you become more confident with the detection rates of the different technologies, you may wish to change the action settings to minimize the volumes of spam quarantined or diverted to your bulk email address. The Quarantine tab will be visible if you subscribe to the Spam Quarantine service. The spam will be held at the internet level for a rolling 14-day period, and you and your users can have web access to view and manage those spam emails. If you choose not to send welcome messages, accounts can be created manually in the Spam Manager interface by a designated administrator. You can also choose if your users can override the timing of the email notifications and also the default language of Spam Manager. Entering email addresses into the administrator box allows additional permissions to those users when accessing the Spam Manager interface, such as performing surrogate access into users' accounts and creating global aliases. When releasing quarantined emails, you can choose where to send the details to for adding into your approved senders list. The Approved Senders tab gives you the option to add domains, email addresses, and IPs, so the emails from these senders are not scanned by the anti-spam service. This list may be used if emails have been incorrectly captured. The Blocked Senders tab allows you to add email addresses, domains, and IPs to be blocked even if they would not normally be categorized as spam. The Image Control service allows you to identify people who may have been sending and receiving unsuitable images, offering you further protection from unwanted email. Message Labs will scan attachments and embedded image files. You can also choose to scan within Microsoft Office files. There are three main areas to consider enabling here. Firstly, you can choose to use your own uploaded library of approved and blocked images. Secondly, to use the global library, which is a shared community of Message Labs users. And finally, and most importantly, you can choose the heuristic engine to detect images. For each of these three areas, you can select an appropriate action if an image is identified. These actions are similar to all Message Labs Email Protect and Control Suite actions. Within the heuristic settings, you can select the sensitivity you wish to apply. The higher the sensitivity, the more aggressive we are with images, and the higher the chance of a false positive will be caught. We recommend that a low or medium sensitivity is selected initially. You can configure your outbound settings in a similar fashion. You can configure your notifications either globally or for specific domains. The approved and blocked images are simple to upload and can be done so by navigating to the relevant tab. We shall now move on to look at address registration and how this can protect your organization. This aspect of the Message Lab service protects you from dictionary-based attacks further by only allowing emails into your network for valid recipient addresses. The domains which have this service available to them will be listed in the drop-down menu. Valid email addresses can be maintained in a number of ways. You can maintain the list manually and edit the list as part of your starters and leavers process. We also harvest your outbound email addresses, and when we see a new address from you, it will automatically be added to the list. Message Labs also offers an LDAP sync tool which can be downloaded from the Tools tab, where a key can also be requested. Further assistance with the synchronization tool can be found in a separate recording and also within the support page of ClientNet. The final area that we shall cover in this recording is Track and Trace, which gives you the ability to confirm with certainty whether an email has been successfully delivered in or outbound. Searches can be driven by sender recipient email address and date ranges over the last 30 days. You can also operate a search based on the message ID. That concludes the configuration overview within ClientNet. Further assistance can be sought from the support section of ClientNet and our client services team.